Hey guys, your Daily Vanguard here, bringing you an awesome deck profile on Sanctuary Guard Dragon. So before we start looking at the cards, let me first tell you that this deck is competitive 100%, unlike the Gauntlet Buster deck I made a few days ago, which is kind of catered towards more people who want to have fun, want to cheese the opponent really hard, or just want to play it at a locals and stuff like that. This deck is specifically, you can play it at locals if you want, you can win that. It's all about winning. That's what this deck is definitely about. 100% competitive. So let's get right into it. Grade zeros that we have are 12 criticals. Mostly because criticals win the game. You can kill the opponent as quickly as possible, which is all this deck wants to do. One of my mottos is our goal is winning, not surviving. So you might as well play this instead of draws, because draws don't actually win you the game. They just help you survive longer. Unless you're trying to search for certain combo pieces, but this deck doesn't have certain combo pieces to search for because the draws don't help you search for those combo pieces because Knight of Twin Sword calls everything, Starlight Violinist calls everything, your Strides call everything, and you just kill your opponent super fast. That's all that really matters. It's possible that playing 6 crit, 6 stand is better because certain turns, like if your opponent's a 5 damage, a stand trigger is better than a critical trigger, but leading up to it, criticals are better. Possible, you never really know. You could test out playing 6 crit 6 stand or 8 crit 4 stand, yada yada, things like that. It definitely will work in Royal Paladins. I don't know why you wouldn't. It can work. But I like 12 crits. Really kill the opponent really fast. Especially for games where you're fighting Link Joker or Kagura, where you don't really have a field, or Brawlers, really, where you don't have a field and you're just stuck with your Vanguard and stand triggers can't do anything there, but criticals still deal crits. Deal extra damage. So yeah, I like that. Our starter is Shining Knight Milius. It's GB1, Counterblast 1. You can move it into the soul, search your deck for a grade 2. Really good card, the best starter in the deck. Best starter in Royal Paladins in general, besides the Alfred starter, because it works earlier. But as far as this, you search for your combo pieces. You can search for Benon, Starlight Violinist, Knight of Twin Sword, all these cards that pretty much run your deck. So yeah. On to our grade 1s. We're only playing 12 grade 1s. We're playing 4 Hidden Sage Mirons, 4 Holy Knight Guardians, and 4 Knight of Laurel Silcius, which is our Stride Enabler. So Miron is being played because it is a Soul Blast 1, draw 1 when it's called from the deck, which can be enabled by Benon, which is our grade 2 play. You can call Benon. Benon Counterblast 1 searches for Miron. Miron lets us draw a card. Sanctuary Guard Dragon, you can discard 1 card, call the Miron, draw a card, break even, or go +1. But and go +2 with Benon. You can just be plus super hard off this card, so I just play it at 4, just so I can see it often, or so I can stay in deck more than damage check and get and stuff like that. Holy Knight Guardians are PG, unflips damage, standard staple. You don't really care about Dodex matches or Laurel matches because you just kill your opponent anyway super fast. You're not going to guard or rear guard in this deck. Knight of Laurel Silcius, Stride Enabler. These are all the cards that I felt actually mattered to the deck. So that's why I'm also playing 12 grade 1s instead of 13 grade 1s or 14 grade 1s. Because I don't feel as though the extra 2 grade 1s is going to change anything except give me cards that don't win me the game. Miron being called lets me draw stuff. Silcius is our Stride Enabler, wins the game for me. PGs protect me. Simple as that. Everything else, pretty useless to me. You can put in 2 Battlesong Angels, that's fine. It can hit for 21k and do stuff like that. I personally didn't want to because I call those cards fluff cards. And they're just cards that don't actually win me the game or do more for me than something else. So I just decided to play 12 grade 1s. It hasn't hurt so far. Grade 2 wise, we're playing 14 grade 2s. We're playing 4 Seeker, or 10k Vanillas, 4 Knight of Twin Sword, 4 Salvation Sage Benon, or not 4, 3 Salvation Sage Benon, and 3 Starlight Violinist. 10k Vanilla is being added into the deck just because it's helpful for defense. People play Heat Elemental Boar, but I don't quite understand why they play it because they drop their guarantees out of the deck and just play Boars and just play 4 Sanctuary Guard Dragons. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me because if you're trying to play a card like Boar, right, Bar, by the way, on hit, you retire it. It's a grade 2. On hit, retire it, and then you search your deck for a card that has limit break in its ability, which is Sanctuary Guard Dragon. So you just play less grade 4 or less grade 3s to have more grade 2s. But Bar itself, why play a card that searches for grade 3s when you could just play grade 3s? Why substitute that card for grade 3s? Because then, if you have to G-assist, you're stuck with all these bars that can't hit, most likely. Or that won't hit because your opponent's guarding or whatever. And you could just ride to grade 3 and kill your opponent really fast. You know, why waste time with things like this and having the G-assist? Any card that makes you think like, oh, it's okay, I can just G-assist and I'll do whatever. That's not a good card. That's not a good reason to play a card because you can G-assist. That's bad, you know. So yeah, I'd just rather just play regular grade 3 lineup of 7 grade 3s or 8 grade 3s, whatever you want, besides playing Bar. Bar just doesn't help this deck at all. It helps decks like Novell, I can understand playing it, or any deck that's playing like a Break Ride plus something else, or a deck that just has a normal grade 3 lineup because you want to grab those grade 3s. Like, there's, with Break Ride decks, for example, right? You want to search for a grade 3. You want to search for your Break Ride off of one effect, and then Boar can get your other grade 3, so you can just instantly go ride, you know? You get your other combo piece. In this deck, you're not searching. Sanctuary Guard Dragon and Sanctuary Guard Guarantee are not your combo pieces to search for. The rest of your grade 2s are your combo pieces to search for. So there is no reason to go Boar and grab a Sanctuary Guard where you just play 4 Sanctuary Guard Dragons and 4 Guarantees, 3 Guarantees, whatever. You know, whatever your other grade 3 is. Simple as that. Besides that, 10k vanilla, obvious defense. Knight of Twin Swords is GB1, counterblast 1. You can search your deck for a grade 2 when this card's boosted and it's attacking. So, yeah. Simple as that. Broken card. Good for the combos in the deck. You can search for Benons like we used to do with Sword Me in the day. Thing is, though, when you're doing the whole Knight of Twin Sword, counterblast 1, search for Benon, counterblast 1, call it 6k behind it, you're only reaching 23k. Unlike when we had Sword Me, you can call Cymbeline, give power to Sword Me, and reach 28k by Sword Me by itself. Pretty sure it's like 28k. Yeah, with a full field. So that's the only hindrance that the deck's had now. Now you're only reaching 23k. So, you know, you're losing a little bit of Stage of Power, but it's still really, really good. And then we have 3 Salvation Sage Benon, which is counterblast 1, search your deck for a card with 6k power, which is Miran and our Perfect Guards. You never know, it comes in handy every once in a while for the Perfect Guard play. Mostly you're searching out Miran early game so you can draw cards. And, yeah, it's really strong. It's our replacement for Sword Me, basically. What I like about this card over Sword Me was that Sword Me required us to have Jewel Knight in the damage, and sometimes like if you damage check a Stride Enabler and stuff, was Jewel Knight first turn, you can't go off on turn 2 and do crazy plays like that. But now you can, you know, anytime. Benon's 8k power doesn't really matter because 14 plus 9 from Sanctuary Guard Dragon is 23, which is hidden around the same power as Sword Me was, which is 25. And, yeah. Starlight Violinist, 3 of that. It's probably the second best grade 2 Royal Paladins have now because it just searches for another grade 2. Makes all your early game plays really good. Only downfall is that it's a counterblast 1 Soul Blast 1, which hurts the Benon into Miran play. So sometimes you have to choose between one or the other. But still, you early game, even if you got Starlight Violinist off, went into Benon and searched for a Miran without the draw, that's still a really powerful turn. And then next turn you can just ride Sanctuary Guard, call another Miran, and draw a card. So it doesn't hurt too much if you just go for that play. It's still extremely powerful. Yeah, it's amazing. The deck has stupid plays, ridiculous plays. Next up is our grade 3s. We'll play 7 of them just because we don't want to ride Guarantee, so we just play 3 of it. And Sanctuary Guard, discard 1, search your deck for a grade 1. You call it, so you're calling Mirans, you're drawing a card, and yeah, decks. The deck just has so many fluid plays that it's ridiculous. And I already explained why I don't want to play Bar, and the Guarantee is just there for safety measures, you know. It's not bad to write it. You don't want to write it, but it's not bad because it's a Sanctuary Guard, so you still get Regalia plays off and you just hit face and kill them really fast. Next up, our G-Zone is 4 Outmiles, Soaring Divine Knight Outmile, 3 Sanctuary Guard Regalias, and 1 Miracle Element Atmos. Outmile's being played at 4 because it's probably the overall best stride in Royal Paladins right now for generic stuff. You flip over a copy of itself, GB2, I believe, or GB3. I think it's GB2. You search for a copy of a grade 2 from your deck. That card gets +5. Your entire front row gets +3. It's like a mini Regalia, but like you just search for cards. So in your control matchups, like Brawlers or Kagero, you just search back out your Knight of Twin Swords. You search out a Benon, whatever, Starlight Violinist into Twin Swords. All types of crazy plays with your grade 2s. And then they all hit power. So like Starlight Violinist and Benon, even though they're 8K, they'll hit 11K. So it's really amazing. Yeah, it's just, wow. It's so crazy how strong Royal Paladins are nowadays. Because there was a time, like, early Jewel Knight, it's like set 14, they didn't have anything good. But, yeah, that's about it. Control matchups. So, Chaos Breaker's your worst matchup. But that's why I played a 1 Atmos. It's possible that playing the Saint Below is better, but I haven't exactly tested that out. What I like about Atmos is that it doesn't require me to play another copy of itself to be really good. Still hits for 36k while my field's locked down. That's also why I kind of don't want to play stands in this format, because Chaos Breaker is a thing, and if they lock your front row, you're not doing anything, you know? And yeah, you can say, oh, you can just not call anything to the field first, like let them... Like, you'll get the first stride off and just don't call anything to the field. Some decks play Cold Death Dragon or Cold Breath Dragon, whatever it's called. If they get first stride off against you, then they still lock your field. You played a grade 2 game against them, they lock your field. So the criticals are just a lot better this format to me than it would be if I played stands. Overall, guys, that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can test this out for yourselves. Give me some feedback on how it goes. And yeah, this has been Your Daily Vanguard. Stay awesome, guys.